Yeah. I like how that was just...
Cheerio, cheers.
Cheerio, everybody. Cheerio.
That's a nice intro.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what it was, but... Wait, what happened to the come on back? Well, I forgot this. All right, so you guys are chiming in. You know, this is Mike from the Mike and Sean Show, who inspired me to be here. So thank you guys for chiming in tonight. A shout out to Anthony Morello, who's always on the show. UDA, congratulations to Genesee. Genesee, one of our artists who was on the show, just got into the new BTS video as a dancer. And I think that's a fantastic job.
That's congratulations,
one of the
Genesis.
biggest dance crews in the world and artists in the world, right?
That's dope.
So everyone I could say that's been on the show is touched gold, but it's all because of you. So
no, it's not because of me. It's just... It's called paying it forward and channeling it through.
Yes.
I know you have a complete and deep connection to people, and it's nothing better to do it than a podcast, and that's why we started it. You know, you could do what you want, say what you want. It's your world.
Well, that's why when I was like laying down one day and I was like flipping through the phone and I see that you were on your own show, I was like, if this motherfucker can have his own show, I could have my own motherfucking show.
And Marcy Green, who is now pursuing comedy and doing really well, like hosting crazy shows across the city. Marcy has a show here and she does, and she's the one who connected me with Studio Mike. So it's all just paying a shout out to Marcy.
Shout out to Sean and shout out to Life and bitch. Mike. Thank you for being here.
Studio
at all
Mike
times.
is the man. Studio's the man.
Studio Mike.
That's what I call him,
Studio Mike.
Because it's Mike, is the Mike and Sean show.
Wait, but I call him Mike Pod.
Well,
in my phone is Mike Pod.
We have two mics in the studio at all times.
Okay, that's right.
So we have Choco.
You have 5, 6 mics. Just kidding. That was stupid. So, I knew it was going to start right
I just
away.
want to thank you for having me on the show, though. Congratulations to your success. I know you had some good successes, and congratulations. And thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming, because tonight is episode 20.
Ah, very good.
Yes.
And coincidentally, you just kind of on the fly invited me. We saw each other at a Marky D's 50th birthday party.
Yeah, shout out to Marky D. Happy birthday. Which, here's the crazy. So the Queen was holding down the front because I don't like to be around anybody. I literally was like right by the DJ. I don't go in clubs anymore. It was my first time on Bell in 2 years because of the quarantine.
Right.
And then Joey's like, shout out to Joey I Feel. He's like, I'm going to go say goodbye to Sean. I'm like, Sean's freaking here? At the very back. Now, mind you, it's a bar. He's through the back, out of the garage, in the corner in a bush.
Holding the
and
court.
there's like a people lined up to talk to him, Mike. And I'm like, I just want to, hi. And you were like, can I be on the show? I'm like, of course you could be on the show. It's my honor. So guys, this is who made it all happen for me. You guys wanted to know why I started the show. It's because I literally called Sean and he was like, yo, Life, I know you got this. I know you could do it. Take the show. Within 2 weeks, I met Mike. I fell in love. I just felt like the bonds between the energy in the room and the people and the other shows. We're just one really big happy family up here. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. And you ran with it.
I did. Everyone that's been on my show, I mean, I should shout them out, like Genesee for getting BTS. Shout out to Dove for Grind City Records. Shout out to E Styles on his new single for doing the Rockin' New Year's Eve. Shout outs to Tony D with all his new releases. Kobe Cole, what a great show the other night. Everyone that's been on my show has literally like catapulted and done something. They're like, I don't know what it is, but like a hairdresser, I tell people when I cut their hair, I'm like a chia pet. All of a sudden their hair grows. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
So I don't know. Maybe you did something, but it is because
it's just the magic of the energy. That's all it is, man. I'm a big believer in the universe. So the energy's flowing. Flow with it.
So we tried to discuss this today on the phone, where we met, and I even thought about this. I knew I never seen you in a Park Rave shirt, but I know you from the hood.
Right.
But we actually met at Noise, Chris Viv's record, so it has to be because I lived there when
It
he
could have
first
been.
opened it.
Listen, our circles.
But we also played softball together.
Our circles kind of intertwined a couple times in different areas. So I'm a Flushing guy. I grew up in Flushing.
I basically hung out in Flushing and Bayside my whole entire life.
But essentially what I mean is, like, in high school, I went to Flushing High School.
Okay.
And I had a lot of dudes that I chilled with, that I rolled with from Whitestone.
Right.
You know, and same thing with College Point. So we always had a connection, you know, to all these different areas. And then essentially when I got married, I wasn't even married. When I started dating my ex-wife, I moved to Whitestone when I was about 20 years old. So I'm 47 years old. So we were talking about 27 years ago. So at some point, our paths have crossed. But I wasn't a Park Rave. I wasn't a Park Rave guy per se. Like, I never went. So
but you know all them, and
but they're all my friends. Yeah.
Right, and we love them. So shout out to Park Rave 194. We love you guys.
Shout out to all 194 crew. You guys,
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
That's the heartbeat of Whitestone.
They're still throwing parties with Cynthia in the summer. You guys are absolutely amazing. We totally love you guys.
Chris Bones is an epic party thrower.
Yeah, he's the epic. He is the party thrower, creator.
We had a family. We had a family thing. We couldn't get to that last one with Cynthia, but it was.
I'm sure. Well, listen, they throw amazing parties, so shout outs to them at all times. I love you. Hey guys, just chiming in. You're on with Ladylife and Sean from the Mike and Sean Show live at Mix Vibe Radio. Both of our homes. This is our home together. So
home base.
It's our home base. So
that's what we call it. Yep.
I not only do I want to talk about your history with you and I and how long we know each other, but I want to talk about the show because you really, really surprised me when you started a show. I had no idea that you guys were that in depth. But sometimes when you start your show, you're not always talking about baseball. You kind of talk about real life stuff. Yeah. You see Mike, I'm like, say hello to me. I'm on your show. Say hello to me.
I'm just awful at paying attention to
I know. I see all these people. Yeah,
see, I got a bunch of people. Shout out to Johnny Thunder, John Giordano. You probably definitely know him back in College Point. Brian McNutt. I mean, there's a whole bunch of old school people that are still kind of like. Thank God to Facebook.
What's up, Dennis Deva?
I'm not a big social media fan. I use it for my businesses, and I use it
neither was I
for connecting with friends. But aside from that, it's evil. But for that reason alone, it helped us get our word out that we wanted to do a show. But myself and Mike, we grew up together from childhood. So, and we were both just I'm the talker, but he can talk. Like, that dude can out talk.
Yeah, but he presses you.
No,
sometimes.
He's good. No question. But
good.
we press each other's buttons, and we're similar but different on so many levels.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that makes our dynamic is great. And I think we're finding our way. We knew we wanted to do something. Okay, we didn't have a format. We didn't have anything ever written down. We just knew we wanted to do some kind of a radio show, podcast. Obviously, it would be podcast because how many people get a shot on radio, but. He's in entertainment as an actor.
Okay.
He's an actor. He's been an actor for a while, and he hustles, man. The dude goes for it.
It's a lot of work. I did it for a long time.
Carpe diem is like his life all day long.
That's me too. Yeah, I did it for a long time. It's not easy work. People don't get it. Like, acting was like it's just.
It's easy to get turned off. If you get kicked in the balls enough times, how many times are you gonna keep going?
It's like every movie I went to, it was like, oh, you're gonna play the Gomad. Your name is Gina. Your name is because that's what I look like, the blonde with the boobs and the butt. And I played in a lot of movies. Shout outs to the whole Sopranos crew. All those guys I was in movies with, but I wanted to play an actress. I wanted to act. I wanted to work.
Right.
And once you get stereotyped, it's extremely hard. And 100%. Then they kind of just put you in the same thing over and over and over again. So shout outs to him for trying.
And he still does it, and he does well. And he actually just did his first stand-up show a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome.
On 9/11, he actually did it.
Where can we find him?
He's in the. Last time he was in some spot in the city. I mean, I'll share it and let everybody know.
Awesome.
When I know the next one, because I'm definitely going. It was 9/11. I had tickets to the Met game.
Oh, those shirts, by the way.
Yeah, they came out dope.
Are they done? Because we all
I mean,
wanted them and we didn't get them.
I'm
still waiting for my Mike and Sean shirt.
Yeah.
Mike and Sean. Well, yeah, those are
jersey,
the jerseys.
my throwback.
Yeah, the jerseys.
All I know is that 9/11 shirt was amazing. That was a really great job.
Yeah, I did that really quick. We had a lot of tickets, so I made 46 shirts. I did. So I didn't want to get stuck with any. And then when it was all said and done, I'm laying out $1,000 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. It is. People don't get it.
People were like, I got rid of them all. I bought them from my circle of friends.
Right, and me and all my friends wanted them.
Everybody wanted them.
Yeah,
I had like over 100 requests.
They're gorgeous.
But I'm not about making $1 on 9/11. It was just for us to look together, look in unity. We had
I thought it was beautiful.
Great shirts. I didn't. You know what? A lot of people asked me for them. I didn't bother making them. It was a one-time thing.
Yeah, so. But you know what? You always come up with classic.
Yeah, I try to do the shirt.
You're a big tailgater. That's like a big thing.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie. Like I can't do the 5-hour pre, prior, and during. I need to be backstage, VIP, in and outs, and I'm done. I'd rather be missed than dissed. I don't want to be the drunk girl in the corner that's been in the parking lot for 5 hours, and I don't want to be the girl puking in the cooler at the end of the night. That's just not my thing.
I hear you.
But it's fun.
Well, you don't have to drink the whole 5 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do in the parking lot besides looking for people's cars?
If our tailgates are different. It's like a humongous social freaking
yours
orgy.
are cool. I think I went a really long time ago with some of my girlfriends that actually have like Mets fucking tattoos on the sides of their necks because some of the people in our town are like die-hard Mets fans. A lot of females I know actually have
I got the tat
on the neck. Yeah, a lot.
I'm sleeved. I have
there
sleeved.
There you go. Yeah,
we have a
it's
very
dedication.
Yeah, we have a very we have a pretty solid, hardcore crew that's every year. It's gotten up to like our regular crew is probably about 60, but on a normal year we're doing anywhere between 90 and 110 people. So
what? I know you do that. So how does that work? You have to get there by early morning.
Yeah.
That's the whole object.
Well,
right?
we use the same spot every year. And fortunately for us, nobody else goes there that early.
Because they know.
Yeah, and it's kind of they know. You know what I mean? And, and we're there at 7:30 in the morning, between 7 and 7:30.
Damn.
So literally, there's nobody else there.
Wow.
There's nobody else. I'm not gonna say I'm there because I'm coming in from Long Island. It takes me 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I got my boy Tony Romero. Shout out to Tony. Tony Braces.
Yeah, of course.
He holds it down pretty much every year. And but yeah, we get there. We set up. We have a humongous setup. We have a big crew that helps, and it just runs itself now at this point.
Yeah.
I set up a PayPal. You give me money, I buy everything, and that's it.
Yeah, you're amazing, man. You're like me, like the ringleader, like
like
Mama
party,
Life. Yeah, like we like to get down.
I was always good at throwing events.
Yeah, me too. That was like my thing.
My Halloween tailgate party on Bell used to be epic.
I'm sure, and I'm sure I was there in costume. I just probably don't remember.
We did bar crawls. That was when all the bars were jumping. Oh
my God! Oh yeah. Well, I remember in the '90s because we were talking I worked at Avanti's. I worked at BBC. Yeah. You go from the pool hall, then you go to Avanti's. I also cut hair at Headline. So I had 3 jobs 7 days a week when I was in my 20s because, my mom died young, so I had to, pay for the bills in the house. It's a lot of money.
I was in that same scenario.
So I worked my ass off. And I remember, Bell was, fancy cars and motorcycles. Right. And, then, I think it was, T-Birds.
That was the Boulevard dates.
Was it T-Birds?
T-Birds, yeah.
Am I aging us?
No, yeah, you definitely aging us.
It was all motorcycles.
That was the name of the place, though.
Yeah, right. I was right. Okay, so that's how long I've actually. And when I tell my husband, I'm like, babe, it used to be all bikers up here. I know there was one shooting, and then they totally closed it down. There was one shot.
That was at BB Junior's.
Yeah. So there it was. I remember there was a shooting, and then everything changed.
Shot the bouncer. Yeah.
Oh, it was the bouncer. Yeah. Okay. So well, there you go. I didn't.
Well, the bouncer shot a cop. I think was.
Oh, great. That's why it's.
It was one of the. It was something like that. But it put the Boulevard on notice. It changed everything.
Yeah,
up there.
it was not the same.
Back then it was Bellfest was every year. They used to shut the Boulevard down and it was just a different time. Back then, a lot of the businesses. Now you'd have to get everybody involved. So they still do it. They do something up there, but it's 3 blocks.
It's only 3 blocks, and it's on the weekends. I've gone to the Cuban with my husband. We like to eat there. Right. Then you walk up and down, but it's literally just 3 blocks.
Yeah, which is cool. It's still good. But I bartended on Bell for a very long time, so I had a lot of good memories up there.
What was your favorite place you ever bartended at?
Winnie Ranigan's, hands down.
Really?
Yeah, and it was my first job, and so I got divorced at a young age. I was about 30 years old, and I still had, I was still young, so I was going out pretty hard, and trying to make up for all the shit that I didn't do in my late teens and early 20s and throughout my 20s. So the guy who owned the bar that I drank in all the time, the old Parsons Inn on Parsons and Northern.
Oh my God.
Became Dependent Fever. So Danny Hickey owned that bar, and he owned a couple other bars. He owned he owned about 5-6 bars. So he opened a bar in Bell. He bought. It was Bellevue at the time.
Okay.
Bellevue was a bomb. Like, there was a hole in the floor. You could fucking end up in the basement with it without trying to get down there. But anyway, so he hired me. He's like, I was out. He was like, dude, you're out drinking every night. You spend a lot of money. Why don't you bartend instead? So I'm like, yo, if you're going to hire me to work on Bell, as I have no experience at all.
Yeah.
And you're going to give me a gig on Bell.
But
I just always had a people personality, and that's bartending. 90% of bartending is fucking
half these people don't know how to
personality.
pour. They don't know.
No.
Listen, I did shots and stuff like that, but I didn't know how to pour. They threw me behind the bar a million times. This guy's so drunk.
Listen,
I'm just gonna pour him. I'm just gonna do 2 bottles that look brown and white. I'm gonna make that shit. I'm gonna
It's
spin it.
mostly,
I'm gonna shake it.
it's 80% a
boobs.
beer and a shot,
Yeah,
like you said.
exactly. You're not.
You don't have to
something
be a
hard.
chemist to be a bartender.
No,
but,
you're definitely not.
But if you have a good personality, you're gonna be. I wasn't the best bartender. I was pretty fast when I needed to be, but
I've come to a lot of.
I was good.
your
I was
places.
good. I was a good bartender, but I was definitely more personality than I was performance, in the sense that people showed up to come see me, and a lot of my old school friends did, a lot of my new school friends. I was always trying to like create a really positive environment for people to chill.
That's what it's all about. You need to do. Well, first of all, you need to have a following if you want to be a bartender,
Right.
especially these days.
Right.
And so yes. So
Well, all paths leads to here.
Right.
So at that time, I was like, shit, you don't. Who the hell wants to get divorced? I had young kids. I was, it's the whole thing. But the bartending really kind of like filled the gap in the sense
Those
of
are a ton of money. You could make $1,000 a weekend.
That was also helped. It helped a lot because I was a union iron worker, and you get hurt, you get laid off, whatever the hell. Construction's a weird business.
Horrible.
So
Hardcore.
and bartending forever, and then I was doing both for a long time, and essentially I couldn't do it no more. But it led to us owning a bar, and we like right down the block from here, from the studio. Me and my buddy Jay bought a place, and we call it Rebar.
I love Rebar, by the way.
It's a great bar.
Shout out to Rebar. Yeah. I've only jumped in there once, and you weren't there, but I was like, you know me, I'm a little bit of a diva. If I don't see you, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But
well, now that I live on the island, I'm not there as much as I probably
know.
should be.
I was gonna say, like, so now it's open food
every day. It's 365 days a year. We don't close any day of the year.
Wow,
Not
that's
one day.
amazing.
Well, I mean, you know what? Thanksgiving's a day where you want to be with your family. Some people don't. I feel like, who are we to, because there's always people like, you shouldn't open. It's Thanksgiving. You shouldn't open. It's Christmas. What about the people that don't have family?
I'm not.
You know
gonna
what I'm
lie,
saying?
that
Like, what about the people who are sitting home and miserable?
I don't have a lot of family, and I've ate Chinese on Thanksgiving, so I understand what you're talking about.
And when I got divorced, I didn't have anybody I was doing anything with.
There's a lot of people that are there.
I bartended, and those were some of the best nights I've ever worked.
And you know what? After Thanksgiving, listen, Thanksgiving Eve, was the biggest rave night of the year.
Right.
Like, I remember, like, missing Thanksgiving dinner just because I was at a party the
I
night
was
before.
hungover for 90% of the Thanksgiving dinners I've been in my life. Badly hungover, like bad.
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
I think if you're in our age group, or we're 80s and 90s kids, I'm sure like most of our parents, like, they drank, like, even if I don't care if it was even like wine coolers or Seagrams or champagne or beers, like
they all drank.
I remember when I was cleaning out my house before I sold it like 15 years ago, I found like an old box of Schaefer, but it was a huge box. And it was massive, and I was like, how many
shit was like
freaking
$3 a fucking 6-pack.
Yeah, like, but it's crazy because, like, how many Schaefers could one human possibly have, or how many could you possibly drink?
Yeah, because they were probably on sale for like $12.
Right, and
like
it was like a dust. I had to like blow the dust off. It had to be my father's, I'm assuming, when he lived there in the 70s, but. Right. It's crazy because there's the amount of beers, the amount of festivals, the amount of things we have. Like, I'm just learning about like IPAs and all this stuff. Like, there's a whole nother world in bars. Like, what you do, it's a lot of work. Like, the people don't get. I've worked at bars. I was a director at the Cutting Room. I had to get 300 people out of there for the 6 o'clock show and get 300 new people in there for the 8. And I only had 4 waitresses and 2 bartenders. And that right there can tell you it's a hard job.
It's tough.
I've only had 2 bus boys and 2 cooks and they're all still there. So shout outs to the Cutting Room New York City. Go check out
Shout out to-
Steve. Great spot if you guys ever want to go see a live band.
And
Cutting
shout out to
Room.
all your bartenders, man. Make sure you
Hell
tip.
yeah.
All you
That's
cheap-
all I do. Well, I'm a service, so
Well,
I
you,
tip
to
high.
any of you cheap people out there who don't know how much to tip, just always go more. More is better.
I tell people
There's too many cheap
double
people.
the tax plus a few.
Yeah, just don't be cheap.
Because that's like
all.
30%.
You know, people know when they're cheap.
Yeah,
you know,
I
and
always
it-
give a 5 when someone
yeah,
makes me a
it's-
drink and they look
it's
at me like I'm
terrible.
crazy. I'm like,
and I to each his own. Like, you know,
I'm a big tipper.
I would never tell somebody. I don't want to spend somebody's money, but at this point, when you're out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you're going out and you're receiving the hospitality from this hospitality industry.
Absolutely.
Then you deserve to pay for it, and then I could call you out. If you don't
Absolutely.
ever leave your house, then God bless you. Then stay cheap.
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
tight.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. When, like, even today when I got my little pedicure, when I give her $10, she bows and like goes crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The lady before me gives them $3 and $2. I'm like, she just shaved your fucking foot.
Now listen,
girl.
I'm not saying that when you go
Like,
to a bagel store.
I'm a service industry. I'm a hairdresser.
Right,
I like
well, you
we,
understand.
We are a service
100%.
industry. Cabbies, service.
But when you go to
waiters.
say you go to a bagel store and it's a counter service, you know what I'm saying? And they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I
They're
always drop like
and then there's a
$1 or
tip cup.
$2.
I don't really necessarily.
Sometimes I do that. If they make like 5 bagels, bacon, egg, and cheeses, I'll throw $1.
That's a new thing. Like I see,
it is a new
I
thing.
see it at 7-Eleven. Like tip your
In 7-Eleven?
I saw it at 7-Eleven.
Okay, well, yeah,
and they're
I know.
selling. They actually sell booze at 7-Eleven now. Like 7-Eleven is just like morphing into a cesspool of
Wait,
crap.
what do you mean? Like, the cheap wines, the
they
Chateaubriand.
they sell Fireball.
They
shots.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have to tell you about that. I recently got one of those Fireball shots because I do like a little bit of Fireball, a little cinnamon. I don't know if it was actually Fireball.
They can't sell fake stuff.
That
though.
shit
It's
didn't
little.
taste
They're little
real.
airline shot
Yeah,
bottles.
that shit didn't taste
Ugh.
right to me.
And they had-
I know you don't like that.
No, but just that whole idea, like it's 7-Eleven. I don't know when they started selling booze. I don't know what my hang up
You're
with
right.
7-Eleven is.
The BP
All
over
of
there
them sell
has
it.
Mike. They had little Southern Comforts and little
There was something else.
Fireballs.
It was Fireball, Southern Comfort, and there was another one, like Jaegerhouse, Jägermeister. Oh, it was
Drambuie
disgusting.
and Scotch.
But
It's called the
meanwhile,
Screaming Nazi.
most-
Drambuie and Scotch.
Yeah,
Gross.
most people at 7-Eleven are pulling in with their cars, so yeah, grab a couple of Southern
Yo,
Comforts
can you-
for a
yeah.
fucking ride home. It's savages drinking and driving.
Yo, guys, thanks for chiming in. You are here. We're going to pay some bills real quick. We're here with my boy from the Sean and Mike Show. The Mixed Vibes Radio crew is in the house. I thank you all for chiming in. We'll be right back right after these messages. Ultimate Dance Academy.
Oh, you do
Do you think you
commercials?
have what it takes in hip-hop, African, modern, ballet, acting, jazz, and musical theater? That's okay. Come check us out at UDA. Anthony Borello, Artistic Director, Choreographer to the Stars. Check them out this summer. It's a summer intensive dance-safe, outdoor location, and indoor. Also, make sure you check us out at Ultimate Dance Academy, 718-527-8450, located at 13895 Francis Lewis Boulevard. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, I know the guy to do it. Sean Lynch at the A-Team Real Estate Group, LLC. Licensed real estate salesperson. Office phone number 718-915-7000 or direct at 516-399-7333. Email Sean Lynch at ateamnewyork.com. Located at 540 Little Neck Parkway, Suite number 5, Little Neck, New York. Once again, that's Sean Lynch at the A-Team New York.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yo, I've been listening for Slap Me 5.
that
I've
is
been running
fucking-
up. You never heard your. I've
No.
been running up
I-
for 20 weeks.
I listened to your first couple of shows and I never got to as far to the commercial. I
yeah,
guess.
that's your
Maybe.
commercial. You have your own
That's
commercial.
crazy. I knew you would.
I did pretty good, right?
But it sounded so professional.
I try. I think we did. Sean's was the only one we got on the first shot. The other one was like, "Thank you for nothing." I was like, "I'm sorry." Thank you.
Yeah,
Yours
well,
was perfect.
You know
'cause I
our
know
intro.
You.
Have you heard our intro for the show?
Yeah, of course. In the
Well,
beginning.
we would try to do some like funny like rap stuff, and it turned into just a disaster. And Mike cut it up and made it fucking hilarious. So, but yeah, so your intro is really good too. But that commercial break was pretty dope.
Yeah, I do. Well, I have to
really-
tell you, the
that was
people
good,
that I've
yeah.
actually done the commercials with, and I actually like doing it. Like, I miss doing my voiceover work, and I just when I get. We have all these new people that are trying to reach out, and if you guys want to advertise with us, it's extremely cheap, and you get well over. We just hit well over 20,000 views for episode 20 tonight, so I'm very, very impressed.
That's
but
awesome.
A lot of people get to hear. Thank
Congratulations
you.
to that.
Hell yeah, you
Coincidentally
guys too.
enough, we did 20
Yeah,
episodes.
I was just about to say you finished 20.
We did our 20.
So
yeah.
that's season 1 for you.
Season 1, yes.
Now, Now, season 2 comes in the beginning of preseason next year. How does that work?
So we didn't really do like a formal schedule, but
that's okay.
We wanted to take a few months
off.
off.
But you guys talked for hours and hours.
Well,
My show's an hour.
Yeah,
Yours
we
is
do
like
2
long.
hours every week, sometimes 2.5.
Oof, yeah, you guys went over.
Yeah.
You've definitely gone over.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I actually, listen, it's we're both super busy, and I know you are as well. You have a great professional career, and you're up early in the morning, and you're doing your thing, and we're doing the same thing.
Well, you did TV for a minute.
I worked TV. Yeah, I worked TV for a long time. I was about 12. Oops, your phone just fell.
That's okay.
About 12 years I did in the in TV.
Don't even worry.
It wasn't just the phone.
It was the whole Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Coca. I'm in love with the Coca. Mike just ran. I dropped
Coca-Cola.
I dropped my whole.
But anyway,
yes, you did TV.
Keep the vibe going. Yeah. So anyway, I did TV. I worked. Actually, now this is how weird the circle kind of works. Right across the street, there used to be a like super famous bakery called Stork's Bakery.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I know I got ADD, and it's weird because my eyes always I'm looking at myself. My eyes look like I'm so stoned, and they always, because I have chinky eyes, they always look like I'm stoned.
My husband says it all the time.
And
he
I'm
has
not,
chinky eyes too.
Just for the record, I'm not always stoned. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
but sometimes
always
stoned.
Right.
Mostly, but not like all the time. And my eyes are always chinky, so that's just full disclosure for you people.
Oh my God! Look at this mini mop.
This guy's mopping.
He's got
up
a
there.
mini mop.
We're doing a show, and this guy's mopping.
Yeah, it's all my fault. I every time I come here, Mike, right? I destroy the lights. I break every show. You'll see someone like drop something.
So Mike,
something
she outdoes me, Mike, because
you're klutz
I've only
too?
been good for like one seltzer.
That was my first spill. That was my first spill in 20 episodes.
And popcorn everywhere. I drop popcorn. All the
I
time.
love popcorn. That's
eat
so
popcorn.
weird. I was gonna bring you popcorn.
Every episode we eat popcorn.
You know what? And I was gonna bring it.
It's like become our thing.
I'm so sorry.
And you can eat it without making noise.
Yeah,
so it's
really.
It's a
Yeah,
good
you
trick.
could
Oh, you don't make any noise.
You could quiet the little nestle down.
Pretty awesome.
And you could soak it down, and then you could kind of slightly crunch it because I eat a lot. My husband's watching.
Oh, I love popcorn.
Yes, my husband knows I eat in the bed, and then when he wakes up in the morning, he's got popcorn and
Yeah,
cheese.
Trish does that too.
Okay,
my
she's
girlfriend,
a night eater.
She like, it's hilarious. She gets up really early to go to work.
Like me, but I leave fucking popcorn everywhere.
Yeah,
The
she
cheeses,
gets
popcorn,
up,
Doritos.
and there's like a bag. Yeah, there's like a bag of Doritos one night.
Oh my God!
Or there'll be
me
a bag of
too.
popcorn. Or there'll be like
girl.
Snickers.
Yeah. Oh,
Twix.
Snickers. Oh
like,
yeah.
But it's
chocolate.
like 3 a.m.
I had from Joe's Bakery. I had the brownie with the cookie on top.
Yep.
I got home yesterday. I was exhausted. I knew I needed to take a quick nap because I was working a double. I cut it in half. I remember eating
Joe's
part
Sicilian
of it.
on
I live right
Basic?
across the street.
Great bakery.
Awesome
Great
bakery. The
bakery.
line's like always
They
around
make
the block.
sick pizza. It's the
Dude,
same
yeah,
pizza.
I eat it all
One
the time.
pie a day.
This is what happened 3 years.
Oh.
This is what happens when you live across the street from Joe. Shout out to Joe's. Hey, Nick, what's going on, guys? Alls I know is that he comes in every night and he's swiping his side. I'm like, I already wiped it. I already cleaned it. Every night there's a raisin, an almond.
That's
There's
great.
no
That's
matter
hilarious.
how hard I try, Sean, I always
I never
leave
got
something
into
in the
midnight
bed.
eating, but I find that funny.
You know what it is? I don't eat a lot now because I've been on a diet for a couple of weeks, and for some reason, at the very end, right before I fall asleep, I'm like, I need a little something to eat. I'll
Right.
take a little snack. I'll take 5 chips or like a couple of almonds. But when it's a brownie, you know that shit breaks all over the place.
doubt.
It sticks on your neck. It sticks on your shirt.
I think I've done it once. I was really drunk and I woke up with like wings from Cherry Valley.
Oh,
It was
Cherry
gross.
Valley, but that's
Fucking
okay.
ranch in my belly button.
Yeah, but
It
it's
was
Cherry
like-
Valley, so it's
Yeah,
awesome.
but I was a mess.
Oh,
but
but-
anyway, back to that. Across the street from Cherry Valley was Stork's Bakery.
Okay.
And the guy was an old German. He's still alive. He's like 92 years old.
I'm sure he is.
But I worked for him because he lived, when I was married, I lived on 3rd Avenue and 149th Street.
Okay.
Down by the park.
Got it.
And he lived around the block, right on, like by Whitestone Park, the first house on the water. So he worked for a he owned a television studio.
Oh, wow.
And it was a production company, a rental company, production equipment. And they've basically became the largest studio provider in the East Coast.
Holy shit. That's huge.
They're called All Mobile Video. They still crush it. I've done, in 1999 was the single best year of my working career. I worked in the World Series at Yankee Stadium, where I know you're a big Yankee fan.
Yeah, well, my husband did that too.
So I did that in 99. Derek Jeter handed me a bottle of champagne.
That's when my husband worked there in 99. That's crazy.
It was crazy. I shook hands with Hank Aaron and Willie Mays that night.
Oh.
It was, as a sports fan, I don't get
I'm happy the Yankees are on fire right now. So I'm not gonna...
they are.
Listen, it's their 4th year with the new team, and they've made it every year to the playoffs. I said it takes 4 years. It takes 4 years to create a team. I know this team inside and out.
They need pitching, though. They don't have pitching.
I was going to say, I'm a pitcher. I was just, you got it right. I'm a pitcher. You got it. The thing is this. I'm a pitcher. You run the show. We really run the show because I can strike everybody out and kill the game. I control that. If you don't got good pitching, you're not going to have a great game. So that's the only thing right now. They got to figure this out.
Yeah, well,
you can't keep pulling in
if it was that, I mean, I wish
you
it was
can't
that
keep
easy.
pulling in 3-4 pitches. I used to do.
Jacob deGrom proved that this year because the Mets, while he was healthy, he was historic. He was doing stuff that was never done. He had the best first half of the season in history of baseball.
I'm sure.
110 years of record.
I'm sure.
And as soon as he got hurt, they went from first to worst.
That's what happens.
So pitching wins.
I pitched, let me tell you, in high school, I played all over the country. I played actually for KPMG. I went to the Atlanta Braves studio, to the stadium.
Facility, yeah.
I've actually played in massive arenas. That's
know
how
that.
good I got.
That's
yeah,
what I'm learning about
for
you.
like
Wow.
30 years, I was a professional. 63 miles per hour windmill. Nobody could mess with me. Nobody even wanted to come up to
How
bat.
come you don't play at all now? Like you don't play with Angie and Chris on the co-ed
I
team?
did for the last couple of years. I played for the Ballers 2 years ago in Governor's Island. I played for them when need to pick
Like
up
big tournaments and stuff?
The reason why I don't is because I really don't want to get injured at my age.
Yeah.
You know, I am a maniac. I slide, I dive, I'm crazy. I'm nuts.
Uh-huh.
I take it like to another level, and I know at this age, you know, I just don't think my bones are going to be able to take it. Not that
No,
I
I
don't
hear
work
you.
out.
I stopped.
But when I slide, I can show you, like, these are holes in my kneecaps. This is from me.
Yep.
All these surgeries, that's from me being hardcore.
I quit when I was.
think I should stop.
When I was in construction.
I could play tomorrow if you ask me to.
Right.
And I'll hit and I'll catch and I'll pitch my ass off. But it's just, I had to let it go.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard.
The hardest thing ever to do is to.
I miss it so much.
This year I started playing again after a 5-year layoff because.
Wow.
I was.
That's a long time.
Yeah, well, I had back surgery because I went from TV production, the segue from there. When I got divorced, I kind of panicked and I went into the union. I got a job, an opportunity.
Smart. That's smart.
So I became a union iron worker, and for 12 years I was building high-rise buildings. You know, it's a fucking really proud job, but it sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not something.
It's all hard work.
I did enough. I built Yankee Stadium. I did the foundation of the Yankee Stadium. I was there for a year and a half. City Point down on Willoughby and Flatbush Avenue.
Yeah.
All those buildings. I did the whole foundation wall there. I was there for about 8 years. That was I'm surprised nobody died in that job, but.
That's a really rough job. My friend's father was a
Tough
bricklayer.
job.
Like you guys go in early, and you're in the bottom of it. It's a rough job.
It's tough. It's tough. And I went into real estate a couple of years ago, which I love, and I'm doing really well.
Congratulations, you are.
Thank
You're
you
kicking
very
ass
much.
right now.
Thank you.
I saw you in the house. He's like, see, guys, that's why I promote him for 20 weeks.
Yep.
Like, this guy, he does wear suits. He's not only a baseball guy. He gets in there. What towns do you like to focus on? Like, a lot of people,
I'll work anywhere.
You work
I mean,
anywhere.
pretty much. Like, I've worked from Brooklyn to as far east as Exit 60. Lake Grove.
Right, because it's just other agents calling you and contacting you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how you
or
get
if I'm working with buyers, like depending on who I'm working with, on the selling end or the buying end. But I work, I'll go anywhere. Essentially, it doesn't make sense to travel outside of like the city, but I can work anywhere in New York State. I'm licensed to work in New York State.
Okay.
Manhattan is kind of its own thing.
Listen, I'm
don't
there
work
every
in
day, and it's what they were doing for the past couple of months is they were basically giving a few months free, and now they jacked everybody's rent up, and all these people that ran out of the city to go buy all these houses in Long Island are soon going to foreclose because they bought all these houses that were overpriced and they couldn't afford. So we're going to see a little weird thing happen with the market.
Well,
then it's going to jump again.
The city, the city, I think in a sense that it's a cutthroat business. So like if you work in Manhattan,
cutthroat.
And it's mostly rental. So if you work in Manhattan, there's only a few big brokers. Like,
right, like Douglas Edelman.
No, but I mean big brokers. Like, all right,
Sotheby's.
so $1 million listing, the guy,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, Ryan, whatever the hell his name is.
I can see his face and his friend.
Anyway,
Got it.
Guy was he was just a good-looking, young, well-spoken agent in the city that wasn't making no dough. Okay, that's factual. They loved him. A producer loved him. They said, dude, this guy's, you know, they turned him into this $1 million listing guy now. Okay? Now, real estate's opportunity. You know, he's a good agent, but you could be a good agent and still not get listings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you know people, I'm fortunate through the bartending and through the TV production career.
Everyone tells me
I've done a lot
real
of
estate
shit.
broker. Everyone's like, dude, you could do this. You could.
If you know a lot of people, see, it's about knowing people.
I do.
And I've, you know, my broker.
Well, all my friends became brokers over the past couple of years.
It's that because you have to know, you have to understand the business if you're going to do well or not. Like if you're soft spoken and you're just kind of like, you're not going to do good. You got to be a go getter. You know, if you want to do well, you could be a decent broker, make $100,000 a year if you want. You know, if you know, sell 3, 4, 5 houses, 6, 7 houses, and it's, you know, but I'm striving to open my own office. I'm building a team. I'm like, you know, that's been my whole. I've always been a go getter. That's just been my thing.
Yeah,
Since
that's why I like you. You got the fire.
Like you, I lost my mom at 17, so I started working.
Yeah, we had no choice.
Yeah, I got a doorman job right out of high school, 5 years, Union 32 BJ. I hated that. Left that. Went to TV production.
Did that.
No, I love that. Got divorced.
Actually, no, you like TV.
Love
you
TV.
love TV. Like
got
me,
divorced.
I love TV too. People like you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I love my job and I love the people I work with. Like when I wasn't with them for those 12 weeks or however long we were off, and we were all on texting. Like I did
media tours. I know you said you have like a 2:30 call. We used to do a media tour, and I know you all, but for your listeners, I'll explain. So a media tour is like when, you know, like if it's safe at Thanksgiving, we're almost in Thanksgiving. So, you know,
God.
you go to like all these, you know, news programs, like it'd be like 6 a.m. On Channel 4 and you're getting dressed for work and you're like, oh, you know, we're in New York and we're going to show you how to baste a turkey, you know, and it's like a 1-minute hit. So in a media tour.
Oh, he knows the words.
I was in there for a long time. So
I'm like, babe, I got a 726 hit. He's probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? I'm like, I got a 728, 729, 756. Like we go by the seconds.
Because you work in news too, yeah.
We go by the seconds.
News is a very wild business.
Oh yeah, you got to be like when that one hair is at a place and you don't like where it is, you got to go get it.
And I love TV, and I'll tell you one thing. I love the media tours were fun because of the times. Like you said, you go early in the morning, like 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, but there's no traffic.
And you're home by 11 in the morning.
There's no traffic.
Awesome.
I love it.
I also worked in TRL, and that, you know, I did tape TV shows. I worked on Martha Stewart, but I did live TV. Martha was live. I did live TV, and I performed on live television, and I was good at what I did, and that was awesome. And I was going to learn engineering, and I had a kind of a future in it.
I think you would be awesome.
Again, though, all paths lead to here, right? So I'm not like, I have no skepticism of leaving, in a sense of it leads to this.
Right,
you know?
right.
The universe, I talk to the universe, it talks back to me. That's just the way it works.
Me too. I was telling Mike, I never planned this show. You just shot me I tell
just
people
do it.
this all the time.
Because you're never going to do shit if you don't talk about it.
Yeah, I woke
right?
up one morning, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a show. And he calls me up a couple days before. He's like,
let's do it.
What's your logo? What's the name? I'm like, I don't know. And you know me, I name everything. I see everything. I got all these.
Mike makes everything easy, though. Studio Mike is like, he's a master at his craft.
Yeah, he really is amazing.
What I'm saying is that's why I thought it was good for you, because I met this guy and he made it easy for us. The whole time
he
I'm like,
made it amazing for me. Like I don't even. I drive him crazy. I send him videos of Madonna. Where's my fan? Where's my air conditioning? I drive him nuts in the summer when it's 99 degrees here. Because I'm Mike. I'm a little bit of a diva, but I'm a good diva. I'm a nice diva. And sometimes I send him videos of, like, the other night. Like, I sent my husband. I showed him the videos. Like, who's that? You? I go, that's Madonna. Back in the day, like the week before, I swear I came in. I'm like, where's my fan? I'm sweating to death. And there was a video of Madonna going, I can't speak. It's so hot in here. Where's my fan? And he started dying laughing.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I wasn't, Mike, I'm not too bad, right?
Being in TV, though, you get used to that shit, though.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
many divas.
It's so funny because we've actually never really sit down and talk. I always would come watch you bartend. I always come to your functions.
Yeah, we don't really get to, because we meet in big social.
Yeah, we never ever get to.
And it's usually loud, and there's some like fucking somebody on stage.
I had to wait online to talk to you at freaking No-No's the other night.
I was holding court with the boys.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay.
We were in a smoking section, and none of us smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, did you see that kid? He's like, wait, that's Ladylife. She took me to my first rave. I'm like, babe, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, shout out to Joshua and JR for watching. Guys, thank you so much for chiming in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Damn, time flies. Yo, we got 15 minutes left, so everyone chiming in. The Backstage Pass with Ladylife every Tuesday night. Like, share, and add. We got my boy here, Sean, from the Mike and Sean Show. Congratulations on 20 episodes. They just finished their first season. They're going to be back soon.
Thank you.
Hey, Diana, what's going on? Oh, I see my husband. My husband just put, let's go Yankees. We're going to be right back. We're just going to pay the bills real quickly. And thank you for chiming in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Hey, y'all. Hey, guys. Ultimate Dance Academy. Do you think you have what it takes in hip-hop, African, modern, ballet, acting, jazz, and musical theater? That's okay. Come check us out at UDA. Anthony Borello, Artistic Director, Choreographer to the Stars. Check them out this summer. It's a summer intensive dance-safe outdoor location and indoor. Also, make sure you check us out at Ultimate Dance Academy, 718-527-8450, located at 13895 Francis Lewis Boulevard. Yes. Oh, I guess he's like, wait, don't talk about that live.
We're almost back.
Hold on, don't tell anybody what we were talking about. No, it's okay. Thanks, guys, for chiming in. That was so awesome. Mike's like, you're back. We're not saying, we're giving everyone the secret lotto numbers for tonight because I think it's 456 million or something.
Yeah, don't even buy a ticket. I'm winning it.
All right, great. Well, we all chip in at work. We all give like $20 or something, and they all keep chiming us back in. So let's talk about what's the goal besides the bar? Now you're going to have the bar and the broker. Is there anything else? Let's pretend you never did that. Let's pretend Mom never passed.
Yes.
Family was amazing because we have the same history, which is amazing as I'm learning it sitting here.
Able to go to school.
Able to do what you wanted to do.
Okay.
What would you choose today that you would have been, that you think if you've had a different life, what would you have wanted to do?
The easiest question anybody could ask me.
Okay.
It would either be a geologist or a paleontologist. I just history.
Mike.
Yeah.
Look at his face. You're like a super nerd.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
I'm like a nerd too. I'm like a quiet nerd. Like nobody knows that.
Anybody who knows me well knows like how nerdy I am. I was the dude in high school that looked exactly like the alpha male athlete.
Geologist.
Yeah. I was a dinosaur freak, so it was more paleontology.
Wow.
But as I got older, like
so's my godson.
when I got into teenage years, I definitely was more like geology, and I love science. I was always really good at it. But I just
I hated science.
History and science. It intrigued me. I love
it
to this day. I'd say 70% of my TV watching, 80% of my TV watching
is the History Channel,
Science Channel, History Channel, or Nat Geo.
That's me, like late night.
I watch. Some of them are corny shows, but some of them are really good. So I watch, and I like.
You know what a good movie is for you? I want you to watch the movie Home. It came out many, many years ago. When you type in the Home movie, it's a little blue square. I want everyone to watch this movie. If you want to do better things for the earth, especially with climate change, watch the movie Home.
I will.
You will be so inspired. I actually put it on constantly just to hear her voice. When the wilderness is coming down and the lights are flowing down, the world is coming to you. She talks like that. Yes, it puts me right to sleep. But you're going to that's a really good snore. That was really good.
Oh, I do snore.
That was a good snore.
I'm good.
I took a video of my husband because my husband had a robe on yesterday like this. He was snoring. I'm like, you look like a boxer that got knocked out. He had his big chain around his neck.
I'm the type of guy that when I wake up and my girl's not next to me, I don't get mad. I know why.
You got to snore it out. Yeah, exactly.
She works early. She needs to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, listen, my husband, I'm like, babe, we might go. In the quarantine, we remember, we got married and went into quarantine, so that shit was not planned. It was not planned.
And you survived. So that
survived.
Shout out to you guys for surviving.
Shout out to my baby.
Yeah, there you go.
He's watching right now. Congratulations on your 20th episode. Oh, I love you too. Oh, he's actually writing as we're saying that.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing. And thank you for that shout out on the anniversary. We're like, somebody likes us. We're home alone.
No, that's a happy anniversary.
Yeah, like we got married, went into quarantine. I recorded 172 days of the Quarantine Chronicles of Newlyweds, and they are hilarious.
That's funny.
We're having them edited now, so we are going to release
I can't wait.
Let me tell you something. It was.
See, that's maximizing your time. Like
when
when
there was
you
nothing
have-
else to do.
Yeah,
I
you
was
need to
cutting
maximize your time.
I was cutting the trees, cutting the branches. He's like, "Why are you cutting everything?" I'm like, "Babe, I haven't cut hair.
That shit's great.
I was cutting hair for 20 years before
Mike,
I never
and
had a break."
I'll do a nice little plug for my girlfriend as well. But she wrote a children's book
There you go.
during COVID.
What's the name?
It's called Princess Sophia. You can
I
find it on Amazon.
Oh, I love the name.
She is
Sophia.
she's a 1 year a first grade teacher.
Okay, perfect.
So she did kind of like a loosely based on her experience as a teacher. She teaches in Bed-Stuy. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
And she's been in Bed-Stuy for a while, and she wanted to chronicle, and she's really good at it.
She's
so
smart.
Good. And she's
amazing.
working on it, and I got to get you some other stuff. She's working on organic. She started a company called Wildflower Wellness.
Ooh, I love it.
So Google, ladies and gentlemen, ladies especially, but gentlemen, Google
I
it.
only like certified organic products. I used to sell
Check
them,
out
so
her
I know all
website.
about
She
them.
has a
I
great
will.
way, and it's basically all organically made hair products, makeup.
Oh my
lip
God, I'm in
balm.
love.
Oh, it's incredible.
Guess what? You just
Mostly-
found your sales rep.
No,
I'm here for you.
She's
I'll go on tour. We can go to every show and I'll sell them right off the stage
she
for
has
you.
she has a sick product that makes it because she has really thick curly hair.
Yes, and I specialize in that.
It makes it so soft.
My
it's
husband
crazy.
has thick curly
Yeah,
hair.
and
actually.
it's all with dandelion. It's basically
Oh, I
with
love
dandelion.
dandelion.
It's all dandelion based product.
Wow.
Dandelion is
Which
literally
rare.
the third. It's like top 3 most healthy plants that grow from the ground. Isn't dandelion? And people call it weeds. Like fucking
It's not
all
weeds.
these scumbag
The yellow dandelion is
big
the most
pharmacy
beautiful-
companies.
Yeah.
They treat it like a weed, and they want you to use Roundup and kill the
It's
most
not,
healthy.
though. It's
Isn't it
beautiful.
ironic though? They want you to kill the most healthy flower in your garden as a weed, but the stuff you're using to kill it is killing you.
Right, but the dandelion I
So,
rub on. Ask
so
my
shout to
husband, I
all the
rub it
big
on my
pharma
wrist.
companies. I hope you all die miserably.
Watch the movie
fucking
Home.
Scumbags.
And then tell you about all the big
See,
pharma
I'm sorry.
companies.
I get a little crazy, and Mike knows
No,
that
you're
too.
right. Though watch Home. I want you to watch Home. That's what it's about.
I
All
will.
the big pharma that's killing the earth.
Yeah,
it
it's
talks
bad.
about.
If you watch
how they-
Rotten, have you seen Rotten on Netflix?
No, I would love to see it.
Excellent.
Rotten.
Rotten.
What do you watch on Netflix? I always ask everybody about
That is a
Netflix.
really good docuseries about. So to put in perspective, one episode was about water.
Awesome.
And the dirty business of water. And
It is a dirty business.
you'll never want to buy bottled water again.
I already know it's gross.
And because you could just get the same shit out of your faucet. They're
I'm
selling
sure
you
you could.
what's free, essentially. But then there's an episode about the avocado boom that like all these hipsters kind of blew up.
yeah, but I don't trust avocados.
Avocados in
Because
Mexico?
I feel like they're all injected
There
with
are
shit.
cartels, literally, that took over the avocado business because it's such a big business.
I'm sure.
It rivals the cocaine business, the distribution. I'm not even kidding you. Watch the episode. It's called the Avocado Cartel, or it's
Just Rotten on Netflix.
It's called Rotten. It's sick.
Is there a third? I'm curious.
there's like 20 episodes. No, I think
I
there's
wanna
12
watch.
episodes. It's
You got-
excellent.
I'll start Rotten saying you start the
Then there's the
movie
one with the
Home. You're
meat,
gonna
you know,
look-
the meat mistreatment of animals. It's all good stuff,
Yeah.
but it's informative. I won't watch some of it because I still like a bacon, egg, and cheese.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta have my bacon, egg, and cheese.
I'm not a hypocrite, but I'll listen. I'll tell it like it is. I don't like mistreatment of animals, and I'm an animal lover.
Me too.
But I fucking love a porterhouse, man.
Yeah, I'm
You
a
know.
big porterhouse girl. I'm not gonna lie.
So-
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I have to be honest with you. My father died. I fasted for a year. I didn't eat meat for a year. I got very, very sick, and I went to a nutritionist. I was touring at the time, and I was also going to countries where I was asking for a cheeseburger, and the lady was like, "You don't like goat?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, the cheeseburger's white. I'm used to brown cheeseburgers." I was in all parts of the country. They were trying to
Goat.
feed me. She was like, "Girlfriend, don't worry. You're gonna love it. It's a little bit of goat." And I was like, "It's very, very salty, and it's white." I asked for a cheeseburger.
Like,
the
girl,
cow.
you look good. You need to back
You need
that
to
ass up.
yeah, I was on tour. I was on tour, sponsored by Flavor, by the way, like 15 years ago. And all the food I was getting was like not the food I asked for, and it was all different colors. And I was like, I don't even know
no.
what I'm eating.
When you eat outside the United States, you got to be real careful.
You
man.
do. You definitely do. And although I love them and I love touring and you eat their food,
when
but you don't
eat-
really know
when
what
you
you're
eat
eating.
Inside the United States, you
You
got to
gotta
be
be
really
careful.
careful.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck am I saying?
Yeah, but I mean,
Shit, you go to drive through McDonald's. You got to be fucking careful.
You
with
know
how
what
you
I
eat.
mean? People don't get this. Like when I tell people, like and that's usually a ritual. I leave the show and get McDonald's, but my auntie cooked us chicken cutlets. A shout out to my auntie Barbara, who will be on the red carpet. I'm
Shout
so
out to Auntie
excited.
Barbara.
We're gonna see you where we have our first red carpet in 2 years. I'm leaving the house for the first time in a gown.
nice.
On Thursday night, I will be at the
Congratulations.
opening of the ballet. with Sarah Jessica Parker and everybody. So
Are you friends with her? Do you know her?
Yes, I do know
Sarah
her.
Jessica Parker?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
I don't hang out with her, but from the gala, yes, I do.
Okay.
And my friends have worked with her before, and I usually sit around her. But every year I go there, we always arrive at the same time with her whole crew, and I just love her, and she inspires me. And they're shooting the new Sex in the City. My boy, he's shooting her right now on set. I just love her, and I think what she's done for girls for 30 years has inspired us. Because without Sex in the City and Girls Just Want to Have Fun and all these really
I never
amazing
got any
movies,
of that, but that shit was so successful that it's a
it's coming back.
It's a
shooting
movement.
now.
I mean, it's a movement.
Well, Chris Noth owns part of the cutting room, so I worked for him.
Oh.
He was a part owner.
Chris Noth was great on Law and Order.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Love
So I know those cats just
Yeah.
from, and just also.
He's the original. He's the OG Law and Order
Yeah,
dude.
well, actually, just from being in the
OG,
industry, I know
yeah.
them. But everyone. There was a big thing the other night because Sarah wore the crown at the
Met Gala?
gala. But you know
The
what?
Met Gala
She
was
should wear the crown.
First of all, that thing is just a joke.
It's
such a joke.
I don't
I'm
really
not-
know
all
why.
right, so I
the
will
outfit
never-
this year was. I don't know what the outfits were this year, and I'm never really bad about that. But I didn't get the outfits this year. They were nothing like.
I'm
alike.
like fashionably like. Well, I don't want to
Retarded?
I was going to say retarded,
You could
but
say
I
retarded.
I would say
Well, we're
fashion.
not saying it as in a
fashionably,
negative-
mentally, challenged. Yeah, because we always said retarded.
I call myself a retard all the time.
We talk about it on my show. Retard was always meant to be something. You're calling somebody stupid.
I'm stupid.
It was never, ever, ever, and it never came up in most people's minds.
I never spoke
about a
about-
mentally challenged
Correct.
person. It was never
Correct.
that.
Well,
But
I have
anyway,
autism and family.
when it comes to
I take
fashion,
care of
because
you.
I'm now in real estate, I had to change my whole game.
That's
Like,
why I said you were in a suit the other day. I
well,
was like, what
yeah,
the hell?
that wasn't even a suit. That was shit.
Was
I
it
was,
business
I
on
was
top,
rocking,
party on the bottom?
No, I was rocking DKNY, like navy royal blue kind of dope pants. They were
Okay.
a little tight for my liking, but that's what it is
No,
now.
you gotta do skinny leg.
And
You
I was
gotta get a
wearing
little skinny.
and up top I was rocking what was I rocking? A Caputo jacket. And I bought, so anyway, it was like really nice, like just basic shit, but I never had any of these clothes, and I was like, wow, I look pretty good.
I
in it.
was surprised. You looked really
Basic
good,
but good. I look
no,
decent.
No. I actually thought you didn't overdo it, and
Right.
you were
Well,
just in
I
the
don't
house.
because people can, and it's open house. You don't need to really be
Yeah,
crazy.
you
but-
don't. They want you to be like, they want you to feel comfortable.
But the hardest thing though, going from first you got to remember my life timeline. Okay, I was a doorman. I wore a fucking uniform, 8 hours a day.
That's right.
Then I went to TV production and I wore blacks because you know how TV is. I wore black
Every
every
day.
day. So you wear black every day for 12 years, essentially. Then after TV production, I go into the union. Now all I'm wearing is those free fucking neon green and orange shirts and dirty ass jeans. So
Hey,
now,
Carlos,
now
hey, Bobby.
so now think about it. For 35 years, my wardrobe consisted of shit.
Yes.
I had like
yes.
2 pairs of jeans. You know what I have? I have a 3 years ago, I bought a Sherilyn coat that I still own.
Oh shit! I have a Shirley.
$700 in 1990 or some shit. Or
Mine was a little way more than that.
31
but,
years
yeah.
ago. So anyway,
Did you? That
but-
was cool.
But
Wait. Well, how did
yeah,
your
my
phone-
Galaxy watch is ringing. But,
Oh, your Galaxy. That's cool. Oh, you could. Well,
Sorry.
we should have answered it live.
Nah, that's all right.
That would have been great. I
But-
love doing that.
What I did was I had to go buy all this new stuff.
Yes, you do because
So-
you have to look professional.
But I'm not a fashion guy, so
So
I'm like,
I'll
what do
help
I
you.
do? So
I'll help you.
Well, you know what I did?
That's what I do for a living. I dress people. I'm a
I
stylist.
went to the store, and just because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I went to the store. And my girlfriend's really good with shit, but I'm not always with her, And I want to buy stuff cheap. I don't want to go and
So
pay.
go to Burlington.
So I go to what I did was I went to all the good stores and I looked at all the shit that was on the racks and the expensive stuff, And
got
I'm
a
like,
visual.
And then I went to fucking Century 21 and I bought everything for like $10.
That's like Burlington.
Oh, it was
you go
amazing.
to Burlington. Yeah, I
That's what I'm saying. I bought a $600
that's what I'm saying.
blazer
If you don't wanna
for
spend the money-
$160.
If you don't want to spend the money for anybody out there, and a lot of people haven't been working since the pandemic. If you guys want to get your look together,
You don't need to
Burlington,
do it for
Marshalls,
expensive.
you don't need
And
to.
Macy's
listen
has a sale all
the time. Oh, that's
Just,
funny that you know
just
that.
go to
It's
me
the
because I
Star
just learned
Rewards
this.
pass.
I just learned this shit though. I didn't know
Well,
this.
if you or your wife ever want me to come over, I'll come to your house and I'll do like if I pretend I didn't even know you. What you do is I'll pull out of your closet. I'll recreate 10 looks for you so you can mix and match, and you'll never look the same.
Yeah.
Like, never repeat. Because you're going
I'm-
to see
see,
you're
I
going to
kinda
be
do
out
that.
a lot.
You know what's funny?
You're going
I-
to be wearing the same suit jackets, but we got to get you underneath.
I was always
and
under
not
the.
repeat.
I was, and I'm still building my obviously, but now I own. I went from no suit. I had one suit, all
That's
black.
why
suit.
I told you, I was like, he was in
I
a
had,
suit.
I had one all black suit that I bought from the Mike and Sean show. His wedding. We bought suits for that wedding.
I think my husband has one
all
too.
black. I didn't have another suit, so I bought 3 suits. So I have 4 suits now.
There you
and
go.
And I have 4 dinner jackets, blazers that I
All
bought.
right, so that's
like,
a good.
legit,
That's the thing. That's
pretty
a good
decent.
start.
And
That's all you need.
I stopped because my closets are small, and when I buy a new house and I get bigger closets, I'm going to buy more clothes.
Well,
But
you're going to sell a lot of houses so you can buy a new
I
house.
was never into fashion, and I realized why. What the?
What is that? Wait, what is that?
Oh, that's
What's mine?
you're playing back somehow.
No, I'm not playing back. Does everyone hear that?
Somebody's playing back. Nope, stop.
Maybe was that you?
No, I had my Facebook Live on.
Can I tell you it's overtime? It's 8:02 and we're
Yeah,
still going.
we're still
All right,
talking.
well, still talking. All right.
Somebody got cut off at an hour. That's why.
Oh,
One of you guys did.
they cut us off. That's okay. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for giving
Thank
me
you.
this job. This
Thank
job
you.
changed my life. I know you didn't give me the job, but
Right.
you inspired me to do it because, like I said, you say energy begets energy, and that's how it all begins. And you
100%.
thought you could do it, and then you made me think that I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And your friend Marcy, right?
Marcy knew that.
Marcy.
So essentially, me and Mike wanted to do it. We knew it, and then I knew Marcy, and she did the podcast. So I said, Marcy, how easy is this? And she's like, you would never believe it.
And Mike, did I come in? Did I pull good 20 episodes? Can I get a little applause and that's it? Or maybe a ring ding?
I gave her a little ding-a-ling.
Ding dong. Look, this is
Not
me
ding-
and my bud.
not ding-a-ling. Ring
Not
ding.
ding-a-ling. Thank you guys for chiming in tonight.
Thank you
with the
so much for
Backstage
having
Pass
me.
with Ladylife.
Awesome show. Congratulations on 20.
Congratulations to you on 20.
Thank you, and to all your successes, and kill it with all you're doing.
Thanks, man. You
Have
got
a
this.
fucking ridiculous 2022. I pray
Yeah,
that
well,
everybody does.
2021 was pretty much the throw up of 2020. So let's
Yeah.
get out of this.
2022 is the rebound for everybody.
Oh, I love it. So
That's it.
2022 rebound.
It's like Patrick Ewing sweating like Michael Jackson at Chuck E. Cheese.
And this is the
Getting
real
rebounds in the
deal with Life and Lynch on Tuesday night with the Backstage Pass.
TRD, the real deal.
Boom, TRD. Have a great night, guys. Thanks so much for chiming in. Peace.
Bye bye.